Hey everyone, guess what time it is? It's bass time. Non-fish. Cupcake will get that. She's back here producing or something. Anyways, so check it out. My new pedalboard setup. Yep, back to more craziness in the lab. So I got this one control, Caiman tail loop. What it does, it's a loop switching device. What's really cool is it's programmable, has MIDI, channel amp switching, 5 loops, really nice relays. So it's basically like a programmable relay system. You can't rearrange the order. It's just as they come in and you just turn them on and off. It has a capability as a direct type of switcher. So you can put it in a direct mode. You just turn on each loop on and off as you wish. The idea of it is it takes the pedal and the cable and all that capacitance issues or any tone changing right out of the system, right through some really clean bus on here. From my understanding, it's not like some kind of mixed bus or anything. It's straight up really good high quality relays. And again, fully programmable. The other neat thing is I could leave this whole pedal board up on deck, like, you know, on top of the amp and run a MIDI foot pedal and not worry about somebody dumping a drink into this thing on the floor or whatever. Keep it out of harm's way. Or in the studio, I will keep it up on a little table. I can do adjustments when I'm recording and switch things with a MIDI foot switcher. So to start off, what I did with this, how my layout was obviously I went into the tuner first. I'd go into the tuner, out of the tuner, into the sub and up for the octaver, so you had a clean tone going in, nothing affected. Then into the Suncoast BC3XL. This does 2 channels of clean with a distortion to layer on the channel 1 clean. I have an in-depth video of this puppy on some really long videos I did. I come out of this, and being a sound guy, I kind of like the idea of kind of subgrouping or like a sub volume. So I got this JHS little black amp box volume control. It's just like a glorified little volume pot. That way I don't have to change the mix here on these outputs. Makes it a little easier. Plus, if I want to change, kind of play back and forth with the input and output of the limiter, it kind of works out that way for me. Once it comes out of here, it goes into the bass mid-range control. This guy I just use for a little extra sauce on in the mids. If my strings are a little dead or something's not cutting through, or just want that little extra bump I'm trying to listen for in the mids. I'd come out of this, then I'd hit the Hall of Fame reverb, because now I've got the whole process going, tone and everything. I want to layer the reverb on it. Once I get out of the reverb, though, I have this booster. This is like a harmonic drive pedal that Jim is from Suncoast creating here. This is not a Bobby LaBelle clean boost anymore. This is a modified pedal, and it's the prototype to something Jim Sakura is coming out with, and it's a harmonic drive pedal, I think he's calling it. You got a clean and a like a harmonic A and B kind of thing, odd and even rather, with a drive and a little extra boost switch in the top end. Once I come out of that, I'd go into the dynamic limiter, because I like on my bass stuff for the limiter to capture everything and kind of bring it all kind of in one spot. Level it all off. It'll capture any boosting or whatever and not take out the sound guy or my speakers. And it adds a little more nice sustain to your sound and everything. People put the limiters in different places on their thing. Some people put it right after the bass and then into their board, level the signal. I kind of like it to kind of chop the top of things and tighten it up. And it's a little more controllable, and it just brings it together nice. So with that said, basically I did the same thing but through the looper. So loop 1 is just the sub and up, loop 2 is just the preamp, 3 is the bass mid control, 4 is the Hall of Fame reverb, 5 is the Suncoast boost drive pedal he's got, and then the main output of this goes into my limiter, and then out into this little AVY box. Instead of building something, I bought this thing, and it works perfect because I split out in the studio. I split out to my amp and the interface. In live, I split out of this into my in-ear rig and the amp and out through a DI, a radial JDI I use. So with that said, it allows me now, oh, and the tuner here, the tuner is coming out of a straight output here. It does have tuner mute. What I did was I kind of found that this little buffer output sends signal all the time, and that way I could keep my tuner up even when I'm playing. So like if I go back to a so with that said, here's the cool fun things I can do. Right now I'm a distortion clean guy. Right, so with that, what if I want to go straight to a clean tone? Well, right here. Right, nice straight clean tone. Back to my fun distortion. Now for the extra fun. Instead of stomping on the boost pedal all the time or trying to stomp a combination, I like kicking this puppy in for my boost. So now I've got from this to this. Pushing into the limiter. There's still a lot of grind and distortion, but in the boost side, straight clean distortion. For some extra fun on the distortion that I was doing, I'd add all kinds of stuff. Add the bass mid control, the Hall of Fame, and the boost, and get like right back to it. So from one kind of fun to the other. All right, let's go to the clean side, right? Same kind of idea. For some of my chord picking, I do this. So something simple like that, boom, tuner mute and whatnot. So this is my little bunch of fun here. It really did help the tone of the pedal board, believe it or not, because I was demoing this one day. I took it out of the board, just went straight through it, and I was like, man, the Suncoast seems to have a little more heft to it today. Would I bump the settings? What? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, you know, all the cable, the old school thing, and you get a lot of guys that will say, nah, I got pedal boards all plugged into stuff, don't lose tone. Well, I don't know, to my ears, I was kind of noticing something, and when I got this puppy, I did some recording with it through and not through. I was doing the pedals in bypass with all of them, like all the relays on, and then bypassing the pedals, so I was still hearing something different. So it's kind of nice because this Suncoast BC3XL is a really great sounding preamp, very high quality work put into this, parts and everything. Jim really goes after it. This brings back your old Pierce days plus some if you're a Pierce guy, and more, because this pedal, as you see it, I'm using it as a clean distortion. That's just this on with the drive and the channel 1 clean. If I go to here, it's just one clean channel. And I got the bass mid control on. I can turn that off just for quick demo purpose. You can hear a little bump in the mid. Kind of brings in a little more. Depends when I want to use that. So in my programming, I can go to a whole other bank and leave that out on the next clean setup, or distortion, so I can go to bank 2, and I think I did something. Okay, so the same position here now includes the bass mid control. Right, and then I got all kind of like crazy. So this is all lit up with distortion, stubbing up, so. Back to a clean, go back to a distortion, go back to a crazy distortion. So that's on a second bank I did. And then you can kind of toggle back through your way on your, like my A1 bank. This doesn't have that subbing up craziness. So my next bank is the crazy bank, I guess, A2. But anyways, this thing's been a whole bunch of fun. It works really well, and it's really a quality piece. So everything I got on this board has been a really nice quality. But this guy is my main go-to. Jim has a bunch of other preamp pedals that you should check out in the Suncoast line. This is the Big Mac Daddy that he pretty much did for you. Dual output bass guys like the Sheehan Yamaha bass, Rick basses, and Lembics, and etc. You can go 2 in and 2 out, 2 different amps, and you can divide these channels up in combine or switching. So you could run one pickup clearly through this channel, and then the other pickup can get this and add the drive channel on top, the overdrive channel rather. So, but for me, I did it in this configuration where I like to have clean and distortion and then just clean, but I'm staying pretty much the same level. Even on my interface that I see, my level controls is at the same, so I get the distortion, but I'm not changing levels. So it works really well. Check out the Suncoast products. Check out this one control piece. The TC stuff I'm pretty fond of. It was real simple. I didn't want to get too bananas on my effects. I like just a certain reverb, and what's nice about these, you can plug them into the computer, I guess you're in your phone, and you could tweak them, set your program, and you're done. And that's kind of like what I did. I set up that reverb just right, to where I want it when I do some like clean picking and playing and whatnot. But here it is. This is the new crazy pedal board I did. Check it out, the Suncoast line, and check out the One Control stuff. Right on. Thanks for watching Bass Time Non-Fish.